Now, a few weeks back, the Human Development International, alarmed by the severity of drought that continuously ravaged the whole country for many weeks, has recommended to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources 11 and to the Mount Apo Protected Areas and Management Board for immediate closure of Mount Apo from any climbing activities as to prevent forest fires and to give the mountain a space as it continues to suffer the extreme heat.
Further, the recommendation also stressed that the ban be lifted only after the drought is over and the life in the mountain has come to its normal state.
We at HDI are grateful for the prompt and positive response of DENR 11 under Director Jim Sampulna for supporting HDI's recommendation to ban climbing activities at Mount Apo during the prevailing drought.
Likewise, for putting HDI and DENR concern a top and urgent agenda in the upcoming Mount Apo Natural Park Management meeting on March 25, 2010 at Kidapawan City, so a definite and prompt preventive action is put in place.
Much so that time is an essence, and for any moment, fire can start in Mount Apo and will caught everyone unprepared. Taking heed of the fire that hit Luzon that greatly devastated large areas of forest cover, plus the high incidence of fires in population centers and bush fires as land surface continues to dry up due to extreme heat. A warning that should not be taken for granted, for there's too much to lose if fire breaks out.
Yes, the fact that forest fires that hit Mount Apo in the 80s and the 90s happened during a long drought period that have scorched a vast tract of forest cover, where at that time no restriction to any mountain climbing activity existed.
That's true. And the sad thing that even now, after many years have passed, we have not fully reforested the large area that was scorched, and on areas reforested, trees are still small that are far comparable to the pristine forest cover before the fire in the 1980s.
HDI would like to commend the effort of DENR 11 with its effort to send the communication to local government units and other stakeholders regarding the ban of climbing activities. For such action will raise consciousness of a great probability of forest fire to hit Mount Apo and push LGUs and other stakeholders for an immediate preventive measures at their end while waiting for a decision of a unified action is in the offing during the upcoming meeting of the Mount Apo Protected Areas and Management Board on March 25, 2010.
Likewise, thanks to mountaineering groups, individuals, and partner institutions in the call to save the mountains of the world, like The Edge, headed by Ray Sumagaysay, a former HDIan who have supported the move to close Mount Apo, as well as countless letters received in the net.
With this development, we are calling upon all members of the Mount Apo Protected Areas Management Board to discuss thoroughly the merits of the recommendation, taking cognizance that there's too much to risk and too much to lose if preventive actions, particularly banning mountain climbing activities, are not in place.
HDI's proposed move to ban climbing activities also includes the recommendation to deputize DENR recognized mountaineering groups for a firewatch duty on strategic points in the mountain and a pool of mountain climbers to immediately train and equip themselves for a forest fire fighting and be ready for a mobilization in the event of forest fire.
Once again, this is Jamila Lumactod.
And I am Imari Hilayo. My parting message is for us friends that mountains are pained not only by our countless neglects and abuses, but also the adverse effects of climate change due to our unabated onslaught and encroachment of the mountains that continue to erode the ability of the mountains to mitigate global warming and climate change,
as well as provide us with the air we breathe, the water we drink, and other life-giving sustenance.
And I am Marc Colinares. Let me end this episode by an appeal to the members of the Mount Apo Protected Areas and Management Board to rally behind the Human Development International's recommendation to ban climbing activities in Mount Apo immediately as the mountain continues to dry up due to the prevailing drought. We cannot just underestimate the dangers that threatens the mountain and take our accountability for granted. This will leave us the ultimate option: prevention. Ban from any climbing activities at Mount Apo and check our forest fighting readiness.